University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello, tonight we're playing the last of the first round matches. 13 teams are through to the next stage of the competition. Whichever of tonight's teams is ahead at the gong will join them. We also know that if the losers get a chance to play again, they'll need a score of 145 or more to knock out Linacre College, Oxford from the playoffs. Now, Magdalene College, Cambridge was founded as a Benedictine hostel in 1428 and then was refounded by Thomas Audley, Lord Chancellor of England, in 1542, who donated land he'd been given by Henry VIII for helping him get rid of Anne Boleyn. Alumni include the diarist Samuel Pepys, who gives his name to a college library, a rather beautiful building, and more recently the journalist John Simpson, who's also an alumnus of this competition. The presenters Lloyd Grossman and Katie Derham and Bamber Gascoigne and the politician Stella Creasy all went there. Representing over 550 students and with an average age of 30, let's meet the team from Magdalene College, Cambridge.
Hello, I'm James Byrne. I'm from Wollongong City in Hertfordshire and I'm studying maths.
I'm Adam Davies. I'm from Wichita, Kansas, and I'm studying history.
This is their captain.
Hello, I'm Daniel Lawson. I'm from the Wirral and I'm studying medicine.
Hello, I'm Kerry Payne. I'm from Little Wheaton in Yorkshire and I'm studying theology for ministry.
Now, University College, Oxford owes its origins to William of Durham in 1249. It began as a small, poor college with only enough funding to support 4 theology fellows, but those days are long gone. Famous Univites include, briefly, the poet Shelley, who was expelled. Bill Clinton was a Rhodes Scholar there, during which time he famously didn't inhale. The Prime Ministers Clement Attlee and Harold Wilson were there, as was the writer C.S. Lewis and the poets Stephen Spender and Andrew Motion. With an average age of 20 and representing just over 600 students, let's meet the UNIV team.
Hi, I'm Barney. I'm from Bristol and I'm reading classics.
Hi, I'm James. I'm from Cambridgeshire and I'm reading chemistry.
This is their captain.
Hi, I'm Eric. I'm from Sydney in New South Wales, Australia, and I'm reading history and politics.
Hi, I'm Lydia. I'm from Reading and I'm studying philosophy, politics and economics.
Now, any students watching tonight who think they could do as well, or dare we say it, even better than any of the teams seen on this series so far, should know that their Students' Union or JCR has already been sent all the information needed to put together a team for next time. So come on if you think you're hard enough. The rules are still the same. It's 10 points for starter questions, 15 points for bonuses. Fingers on the buzzers, here's your first starter for 10. In the singular or plural, what word links the author of Billy Lynn's Long Half-Time Walk, a former Cistercian abbey near Ripon in North Yorkshire, the title of a ready-made artwork exhibited by Marcel
UNIV point.
Fountains.
Fountain is correct, yes. Right, your bonuses are on quotations. In each case, give the single word that completes the following. All 3 answers appear in the titles of the Harry Potter books. Firstly, by P.D. James, what the detective story is about is not murder, but the restoration of what?
Hallows? Hallows?
No, it's order. Secondly, by Oliver Goldsmith, a man who leaves home to mend himself and others is a...
Prisoner.
No, he's a philosopher. According to Machiavelli, who must be a fox to recognise the traps and a lion to frighten the wolves?
Prince.
Prince is correct, yes. Right, 10 points for this. Which poet wrote these lines? Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you
UNIV
so...
point.
Is it Whitman?
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you so beset with gloom? Because I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room? They appear in the title poem of the writer's 3rd volume of poetry, And Still I Rise. Come on. More than one of you buzz. No, it's Maya Angelou. 10 points for this. Quote, any hope of subduing it is false. The mere sight of it is overpowering. Those words of the book of Job refer to what mythological creature?
Magdalene Payne.
The Leviathan.
Correct. Right, your bonuses are on plants recommended by the Woodland Trust for their ability to attract pollinating insects into a garden. In each case, name the plant from the description. Firstly, a tall, hardy biennial with pink, trumpet-shaped flowers. It contains a chemical used to treat heart failure and high blood pressure.
Foxglove.
Correct. What is the two-word common name of Trifolium pratense, widely grown as a fodder crop? Its distinctive, brightly coloured flowers make it a popular ornamental plant.
So is that some sort of like daisy or ornamental chrysanthemum? No. No. It's hardy. I don't know. Daisy.
No, it's the red clover. Finally, a vigorous woody climber with a sweet scent. Its nectar-rich tubular pink and cream flowers are used by dormice as a source of energy.
Sorry? Honeysuckle? Honeysuckle could be. Honeysuckle?
Yeah. Honeysuckle is correct, yes. In chemistry, what term describes properties that depend on particle concentration in a solution and not on the nature of the particles? Examples include osmotic pressure, lowering or raising of vapour pressure, and freezing and boiling point.
Univ Crompton.
Bulk properties.
No, you lose 5 points. Anyone like to buzz from Magdalene?
Magdalene Lawson.
Oncotic?
No, they're colligative properties. 10 points for this. In British and Irish archaeology, what five-letter term denotes a Neolithic ceremonial enclosure consisting of a flat area surrounded by a bank and
Univ
ditch?
Pint.
A henge?
A henge is correct, yes. These bonuses are on the Basque country and the Greater Basque cultural region. Spiritual Exercises is a work by which theologian known by the name of the Basque country village in which he was born in 1491. He was canonised in
Ignatius
1622.
of Loyola.
Correct. Which Franco-Basque cheese has a two-word hyphenated name referring both to a valley in Bern and a beech forest in the northern Basque country?
Yeah, no idea. No. Nothing.
Pass.
It's Ossau Irati. And finally, based in Pamplona, which football club has a name meaning health in the Basque language?
Real Sociedad? No. I don't know.
No, it's not that one.
Definitely.
Sante.
It's Osasuna. Right, we're going to take a picture round now. For your picture starter, you'll see the title of a German language novel together with its date of first publication. For 10 points, give me its standard English title.
Univ Pint.
The Trial.
The Trial is correct, by Franz Kafka, of course. That was one of the books included in Deutsche Welle's 2018 list of 100 German must-reads, compiled to draw attention to post-1900 works that are available in English translation. Your picture bonuses are the titles of 3 more books on the list. This time I want both the standard English title and the author. Firstly?
The Tin Drum by Gunter Grass.
Gunter Grass, The Tin Drum.
Correct. Secondly?
That's Inkheart by Cornelia Funk.
Cornelia Funk, Inkheart.
Correct. And finally?
All Quiet on the Western Front, like Remark.
Remark.
Yes. Remark, All Quiet on the Western Front.
That's correct. Well done. Right, 10 points for this. What 7-letter name links a debut novel of 1996 by Alice Thompson, the first volume of Lawrence Durrell's Alexandria Quartet, and a late 18th century work subtitled The Misfortunes of Virtue by the Marquis de Sade?
Univ Sheng.
Justine.
Justine is correct, yes. These bonuses are on chemistry, Univ. Designated by the number 62, a nuclide of which element has the most tightly bound nucleus?
Probably iron.
Iron.
No, it's nickel. Abundant in stars and having a binding energy per nucleon of 8.8 MeV, what is the most common nuclide of iron?
63. Maybe. I don't know.
63.
No, it's 56. Which specific term describes nuclides with the same number of nucleons but different atomic numbers?
Isotropes or allotropes? Allotropes, I think. Allotropes.
No, they're isobars. 10 points for this. In chemistry, the prefix thio, T-H-I-O.
Magdalene Byrne.
Sulfur.
Sulfur is correct, yes. Your bonuses this time are on pseudo-cereals, that is, non-grasses that have a culinary use similar to that of cereals. Firstly, endemic to the Andes, which plant has rice-like seeds that contain all 9 essential amino acids? Along with corn and potatoes, it was a staple of the Incas.
Quinoa.
Correct. Love Lies Bleeding and Prince's Feather are species of what flowering plant grown as food for its leaves and nutritious seeds?
Soya.
That's the amaranth. And finally, the Polish dish kasha is made from the seeds of what plant? It may also be cooked and served like rice or made into a flour used for pancakes.
Buckwheat. Buckwheat. Oh, it could be. Did it say pancakes or pass? Pancakes. Maybe not. Buckwheat.
French galette. I think it's buckwheat.
Buckwheat.
Buckwheat is correct. 10 points for this. Who's being described? Born in Westphalia in 1577, he died of gout in 1640. A major figure of the Baroque era, his works include a triptych in Antwerp Cathedral and the ceiling...
Unifite.
Van Eyck.
No, you lose 5 points. In Antwerp Cathedral and the ceiling of the banqueting house in Whitehall.
Magdalene Payne.
Rubens.
Correct. You get 3 questions on a 20th century art movement, Magdalene. Our guiding principle was that design is neither an intellectual nor a material affair, but simply an integral part of the stuff of life. Those words of Walter Gropius refer to which school of design that he founded in 1919?
The Bauhaus.
Correct. Designed by Marcel Breuer, the tubular steel chair named Model B3 is often known by the given name of which Russian-born artist and Bauhaus teacher?
Russian.
Mikhail.
No, it's the Vasily chair named after Kandinsky. And finally, the site of over 4,000 Bauhaus-style buildings. The World Heritage Site known as the White City is located in which Eastern Mediterranean city?
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv is correct. 10 points for this. The 19th century British artist Hablot Knight Brown made his reputation...
Magdalene Lawson.
Dickens.
No, you lose 5 points. Working under what 4-letter pseudonym adopted to harmonise with Boz, a pseudonym of Charles Dickens, many of whose works he illustrated?
Unif Sheng.
Dawes.
No, it's Fizz. Right, 10 points for this. Disregarding accents, what 3 letters all appear at the beginning of the French words for all of the following? Roe deer, hairy caterpillar, oak tree, goat, and horse.
Unif Sheng.
C-H-E.
C-H-E is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on tri-points, that is, places where 3 countries meet. In which country is the city of Zahedan? It's about 50 kilometres south of its country's tri-point with Pakistan and Afghanistan.
China. China.
China does have a tri-point with Pakistan and Afghanistan, as you say, but it has no city nearby. It's Iran. The Iguazu Falls is a series of large cataracts close to the tri-point of which 3 countries?
Paraguay, Brazil, and Argentina.
Paraguay, Brazil, and Argentina.
Correct. Situated on a tri-point not far from the centre of Aachen, the Walserberg is the highest point in the mainland territories of which country?
It must be Netherlands.
Denmark, because it's
No. It's on the Aachen.
Okay, Netherlands.
To be Belgium with the Netherlands.
Which country?
Netherlands.
Not 2 countries.
Yeah, which we want to
Mainland.
Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
Correct. Right, we're going to take a music round now. For your music starter, you're going to hear an instrumental version of a well-known song from an opera. 10 points if you can name the opera's original composer.
Maudlin Lawson.
Dalib.
No, anyone want to buzz from Univ? You can hear a bit more.
Univ Pite.
Bizet.
No, that's Offenbach. It's part of the Tales of Hoffmann. So we'll take the music bonuses in a moment or two. 10 points for this. What 7-letter word may follow xiphoid in human anatomy? Stochastic.
Maudlin Lawson.
Process.
Process is correct. So we follow on from that music starter where you failed to identify a moment ago by Offenbach in the Sherlock Holmes story, The Adventure of the Mazarin Stone, it features, in which Holmes discovers the titular stone's whereabouts through a trick involving a recording of the work. Your bonuses are on 3 more pieces mentioned in the Holmes stories. Name the composer of each, please. Firstly...
What makes it
Sounds like German.
Okay. Wagner.
It is by Wagner. Well done. It's the Liebestod from Tristan and Isolde. Secondly, this 16th century singer and composer about whom Holmes is said to have written a monograph.
Who's this? You did say something. Purcell.
No, that's Orlando Lassus. And finally...
Yes, this is Paganini Rhapsody. It is 24th Caprice. Paganini.
It is Paganini, yes. 10 points for this. Yongle was the 3rd emperor of which Chinese dynasty? He moved...
Univ Sheng.
The Ming Dynasty.
The Ming Dynasty is correct. You get 3 questions on writers and translators. In a work printed in around 1478, William Caxton described which writer as the worshipful father and first founder and embellisher of ornate eloquence in our English?
Chaucer? Chaucer.
Chaucer is correct. Caxton's words appear in the epilogue to Chaucer's translation of the Consolation of Philosophy. By which Roman writer?
Boethius.
Correct. Who wrote works known as the Categories and the Topics? They're among the many translations. Aristotle is correct. 10 points for this. Its name derived from the Greek for tribe. What is the taxonomic rank between kingdom and class?
Maudlin Lawson.
Phylum.
Phylum is correct. Right, your bonuses are on ancient history. In each case, give the name from the description. All 3 answers begin with the same letter. Firstly, a Babylonian king of the 18th century BCE. He promulgated one of the earliest known codes of law.
Hammurabi.
Correct. Secondly, an ancient city near the modern port of Bodrum in Turkey. It was the site of the tomb of King Mausolus and the birthplace...
Halicarnassus.
Halicarnassus is correct. And finally, a daughter of Thutmose I, who ruled as a sole pharaoh during the 15th century BCE.
Hatshepsut.
Correct. 10 points for this. The Battle of Largs in 1263 was fought by which 2 kingdoms, then ruled by Alexander III and Haakon IV?
Univ Sheng.
Scotland and Norway.
Correct. You get 3 bonuses on language. From the French for to trace, what 6-letter term denotes a loan translation? That is, a literal translation of a foreign phrase or expression.
Colk.
Yep.
Colk.
Colk is correct. Colks such as blue blood and fifth column originate in what major language?
Russian? Russian, maybe?
Russian.
No, it's Spanish. And finally, what language is the origin of colks such as brainwash, paper tiger and loose face?
Chinese.
Chinese is correct. 10 points for this. The Children's Crusade, a duty dance...
Univ Pite.
Vonnegut, Kurt Vonnegut.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Is the subtitle of which anti-war novel of 1969? It blends science fiction and history in an absurdist non-linear narrative.
Maudlin Davies.
Slaughterhouse 5.
It is Slaughterhouse 5, of course. Your bonuses are on British rivers. In each case, identify the river from the settlements near to which it flows. First, Lanark, Motherwell, Rutherglen and Dumbarton.
Clyde? Is it? Clyde.
Clyde?
The Clyde is correct. Secondly, Buckingham, Bedford, Huntingdon and Ely.
It's on the
Oh.
It's the
Ooze.
Great Ooze. The Great Ooze.
The Great Ouse is correct. And finally, Simmons, Yat, Tintern, Monmouth and Chepstow.
Y. It's on the 7 or the Y. The Y?
The Y is correct. We're going to take another picture round. For your picture starter, you'll see the poster for a film. For 10 points, give me the film's title. Helpful wording has, of course, been removed.
Maudlin Payne.
Deliverance.
Deliverance is correct. Let's see the whole poster. There it is. That was the poster for Deliverance, obviously, created by the graphic designer Bill Gold. Your picture bonuses are 3 more of Gold's notable film posters, 5 points for each film you can identify. Again, some wording has been removed in each case. Firstly... Come on.
It's not Butch Cassidy.
You guess something. That's really...
Yeah, guess that.
Go on. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
No, it's The Sting. Here's the poster in full. There it is. Secondly...
Bullet. Bullet.
That's Bullet from 1968, yes. And finally...
They're young, they're in love, they kill people.
Is Frank Albert?
No. That's basic. That's Butch Cassidy.
Is that Butch Cassidy?
Come on.
Guess that.
Which one?
Butch Cassidy.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
No, that's Bonnie and Clyde. Let's see the whole thing. Right, 10 points for this. More than 1,300 kilometres long, the Kura River empties into which body of water? It flows north and then east across the Kartli Plain, its valley largely separating the Greater and Lesser Caucasus Mountains.
Univ Crompton.
The Baltic. So, Black Sea.
Anyone like to buzz for Maudlin?
Maudlin Byrne.
The Caspian Sea.
It is the Caspian Sea. Well done. Right, you get a set of bonuses, Maudlin, on a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Founded in southwest London in 1759, which gardens are cited by UNESCO for their contribution to the study of plant diversity and economic botany?
Kew Gardens.
Correct. Born in 1830, which artist and traveller gives her name to a gallery that houses more than 800 of her botanical paintings, described as a perfect blend of beauty and science?
It's not the person, it's Sissinghurst. No.
Yes, guess that.
What's her name?
Have a guess.
Come on. Double-barrelled. No. No, sorry, pass.
That's Marianne North. And finally, Kew Gardens is a short story of 1919 by which author? It was published by Hogarth Press, the company that she and her husband founded in 1917.
Yeah.
Virginia Woolf.
Correct. 10 points for this. Which chemical element is found in all 3 of these substances? Glucose, dry ice and methane.
Maudlin Byrne.
Carbon.
Carbon is correct, yes. These bonuses are on poems inspired by Loch Lomond and the Trossachs. The Trossachs inspired which narrative poem by Sir Walter Scott? Published in 6 cantos in 1810. Its vivid descriptions of the Highlands sparked a boom in tourism.
Was the heart of it was a novel, was it? Yeah. It could be Kenilworth then, but I don't think it is. Kenilworth?
No, it's the Lady of the Lake, Kenilworth's in Warwickshire. Inversnaid, a hamlet on the shore of Loch Lomond, is the title of a poem in sprung rhythm by which 19th century English poet?
Sprung rhythm with Gerard Manley Hopkins. Gerard Manley Hopkins?
It is, yes. The grave of the folk hero Rob Roy at Balquhidder is the subject of a work by which romantic poet?
Was there any clue from the person? Keats.
No, it's Wordsworth. 10 points for this. In physics, what quantity is the inverse of frequency? In
Maudlin
geological...
Lawson.
Time.
I'm afraid you lose 5 points. In geological time, the
Unit
same
Shane.
term...
Wavelength.
No. In geological time, the same term denotes a subdivision of an era. The answer is period. Right, 10 points for this. According to Andrew Marvell, who cast the kingdom old into another mould? These words appear in a Horatian ode of 1650.
Unit
Oliver
Shane.
Cromwell.
Oliver Cromwell is correct, yes. You get 3 questions on animals described as chionophilic, meaning that they thrive in cold winter conditions. Firstly, found on the high Arctic islands, the smallest North American caribou is named after which US explorer, often believed to have been the first to reach the North Pole?
No, pass.
Pass.
That's the Peary caribou. Native to Japan, snow monkeys live the farthest north of all non-human primates and belong to which genus of monkey?
Nominate Crompton.
Macaques.
Macaque is correct. Ranging as far north as the shores of the Arctic Ocean, which species of hare derives its common name from its particularly large feet?
Big-footed hare.
No, it's the snowshoe hare. Good guess, though. 10 points for this. In Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, which shipwrecked character adopts the name Cesario, having disguised herself as a boy?
Univ McDermott.
Viola.
Viola is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on major cities of Mexico. About 500 kilometers northwest of Mexico City. What is the capital of Jalisco State?
Monterrey.
No, it's Guadalajara. Situated roughly midway between Guadalajara and Houston, Texas. What is the capital? And at the gong, University College Oxford have 130, Magdalene College Cambridge have 170. I'm afraid, University, that 130 is not going to be enough to make you come back as one of the 4 highest scoring losers, but thank you for joining us. Magdalene, 170, you cut it a bit close, but you did it anyway. Who cares? Well done. I hope you can join us next time when we'll have the first of the playoffs between the 4 highest scoring losers. But until then, it's goodbye from University College Oxford.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from Magdalene College Cambridge.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.